Hello everyone, and welcome to part 5 of the Winds of Change guide, this time cleansing the Sunjiang district. Just like the previous quest, this is just another run-in, kill X enemies, you're done quest. These will become fewer though. The initial part of Winds of Change had actually been criticized for being very repetitive. I'm not sure if as a result of that or just because they had planned to from the start anyway. The later quest line of Winds of Change is far more interesting and generally more intricate, more fun, and also really actually I don't know, engaging. So there's actually storyline instead of just, you know, we want to kill all afflicted, so kill all afflicted in area XYZ. So the first 7 quests, well, the first 6 quests rather, are just killing afflicted in Kaining, and then you move on to the Noob Island for a few quests, and thereafter it gets more interesting and you actually start dealing with enemies that aren't just the afflicted. And the afflicted are a bit of a nightmare for melee players, because you are in range of every single soul explosion, and they have some nasty side effects like knockdowns, like causing conditions, healing your enemies, causing damage over time. They're just not fun. So yeah. It's always nice when you play this as a melee character, like an assassin, a warrior, a dervish, and you later on move to the section where suddenly you can stand next to an enemy when it dies, and it doesn't explode. It's very nice indeed. I mean, enemies use Death Nova, but not all the time. And at least Death Nova only does damage and a bit of poison, so that's okay. Now, I think this is actually the fastest way to get to the quest. Not much else to do. You just run from, just run from the top down to the first quest marker. These Amphar are just standard Amphar, by the way. These are not Winds of Change style enemies, so don't worry. There are groups of 4. You have an 8-man party. Not very difficult. The afflicted are obviously as troublesome as ever. And there you could see Spiteful Spirit really is kind of nice against clumped up melee enemies in hard mode. I'd still like to point out that a Necromancer is not a particularly powerful player class here. I mean, it's not garbage, but my first playthrough I did on a Mesmer, and you just have a lot more options on a Mesmer. You can just do more. And my second unfinished but kind of halfway into hard mode, I guess, quest run playthrough was on a warrior, and that was also kind of nice. Again, it was a bit of a pain until I got out of the afflicted areas, but then you can just DPS like crazy on a warrior, especially if you use something like a Searing Scan, so you don't miss all the time from all the melee shutdown that you are facing. But in general, the Necromancer so far feels like the weakest class I've played, but it's still perfectly doable. I'm not trying to show an overpowered build. I'm just trying to help people out, which obviously for these first quests there's not much in way of, you know, tricks or helpful stuff or anything like that. It's just run in, have a decent team build, and kill all the things. There is not much strategy involved, but for some later quests I will actually be able to show some useful tricks that will trivialize some of the harder quests, definitely. So yeah, something to look forward to maybe. And I think for some of these groups I precast the Prot spirits again. Now there is one problem with the Signal of Creation that I use on Xandra. I believe at some point that had been patched. So originally, from what I remember, the skill gave energy for every summoned creature in earshot. So quite a large range. Eventually, from what I recall, this might all be wrong, but I think that's how it works. But eventually it was changed to only give energy for summoned creatures that you control. But the AI that heroes use to take advantage of the signet, to use it, has never been changed. So they still think that it gives energy for summoned creatures that are around, which means they use it as long as there are summoned creatures around and they need the energy. Which basically means as long as you've got an aura of the Lich Minion Master, he will pretty much always have minions around, which are summoned creatures. So very often you will see me enter an area, the guy will instantly use his Boon of Creation, obviously. It's an enchantment that basically says cast this as soon as you don't have it. That's what the AI does, it just casts it whenever it doesn't have it on currently. And then he notices, oh, I've just lost energy to cast Boon of Creation. I should refill that energy, because I can just currently get energy from the Signet, even though he can't, because he's not put down spirits. So if you pay attention when I enter an area, quite often he will instantly cast his enchantment, and then the Signet, even though it's not going to give him any energy. I think there's quite a few skills like that have eventually had their AI, had their effect changed, but not their AI. Sometimes you want to avoid these on heroes because they just don't understand that the skill doesn't work as it used to anymore. No other example currently really springs to mind, but it is definitely the case. Okay, here I just wait until my shelter is back off recharge. Now if you wanted to really play careful, you would space out the spirit, so you would make him place down one spirit, then move, and then places the other spirit not next to it, so they're not as easily hit by AoEs. But it really doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I guess again, kind of a boring quest, not much to say here, but at least it's not that long. You just spike your way through. It's not much to be said, I guess. As always, hero builds and equipment can be found in the description. If there's anything missing that you think should be in the description, let me know. Put down descriptions of equipment at the equipment and the skill templates. I think that's really everything you need to, I guess, imitate this team build. Of course, you're also free to choose different team builds or setups if you like. I don't know, I'm running with this because it works for me. This is, by no means is this the perfect team build or sort of something you must definitely use. For some later tricks there are skills that are required, but not in this particular case. That's just what I'm running. So again, feel free to use anything else that you like. And yeah, I guess we're just spiking through these groups. I know that I tend to focus on the ritualists and the monks first. Ray of Judgment is just troublesome, plus the monks can have nice and tedious protection spells. And the ritualists can use Spirit Drift and Ancestor's Rage, and heroes do not have any AI that makes them move out of Spirit Drift. And Spirit Drift by hard mode enemies that are level 25 plus and have very high values in channeling magic, it just hurts. So I would advise caution, and yeah, for me I focus on the ritualists early because they're just among the among the more problematic enemies for me. But yeah, you might have a different experience. So basically, call targets and work out which ones are the most problematic for your team build, for your character, for your playstyle, and call these first. But I would definitely recommend calling as much as possible, because it makes heroes focus their attacks, and it really does help a lot if you call targets. And yeah, this is the last group we have to kill for this quest. Again, quite trivial. Still, thank you for watching, and I guess good luck when you tackle this quest.